is that people can make any statement they want, and they can express any view, they can have any view. And if America's not big enough for people to disagree, then it's gotten too small. I like a big America where people can still disagree. I'm going to mark those guys down as undecided voters. So here's what that means. That means that the rest of you guys are going to have to make up by going to getting some more voters. And we're going to have a great night on Tuesday. But let me tell you, we have had a great night tonight. And a lot of the reasons that we're really seeing some momentum here in New Hampshire is not because of just what happened in Iowa. It's because of what many of you in this room have been doing for us the last several weeks and months. And I know how many of you have been out there pounding yard signs. And what's amazing to me is one thing to pound a yard sign, it's another thing to pound in earth that's solidly frozen. We don't have that problem usually in my state, so we're going to take lessons about how to actually put a yard sign in when you're not putting it in the ground. It's as if you're putting it in stone. And it's an amazing thing. And I had one of the national reporters just today tell me, said, you know, something's going on here in New Hampshire for Mike Huckabee because I went over and I saw your yard signs and they are everywhere. And said in the last 2 days, it looks like they're 100 times more than they were just a few days ago. And that's because of some great efforts. Also, some of you have been out there in the cold since about 3 o'clock this afternoon in the pre-debate rally and screaming and yelling, and how you have any voice left is beyond me. I just can tell you, though, I appreciate so very much the efforts that you've put forth. You've got a terrible ring. I don't know what to do. Wherever the volume control is, if it's turned down just a little bit, no, that's not it. That's the center on the wall. You know what I think it is? Let me turn it this way, and maybe it won't get down in this thing. But I know that many of you are standing out there in the cold, and you have very little voice left. But the voice you have has been heard today. And I want to say thank you because, you know, campaigns are really, when it gets down to it, a lot of times a candidate, his name gets on the signs, and his name will be the one on the ballot. And, you know, people will put my name, for example, whether it's on the stickers, the buttons, or on the bumper strips that, you know, you can wear in your car or your jacket, whatever works for you. But the truth is, campaigns are not so much about the candidate, they're about the people who believe that the country needs different kind of leadership, and they're willing to go out there, not because they're being paid, not because there's anything in it for them, except a better country. And I know that, you know, when you have this many people running, there were 6 of us, there were 4 Democrats tonight. There's 10 people running for president, all of whom have some shot of getting elected. We hope that 9 of them don't, and the one standing in front of you does. But the fact is, when it happens, and notice I say when it happens, it's going to be because of people like you here in New Hampshire, like the great folks that we just left in Iowa, like the ones we're seeing in South Carolina, Texas, and New Mexico, and North Carolina, and Delaware, and everywhere in this country, who again, some of whom will never meet me, they'll never shake my hand, I'll never get to personally come out and thank them, but they'll be the ones that'll make it happen. And I just want you to know it's not lost on me that a campaign like this, especially a campaign for president, is so little about me, and it is so much about the future of your children and your grandchildren. And I don't ever want to forget why I'm running, and I don't ever want to forget why you're helping. And I really do believe that if we can capture the excitement that's going on in this country, and it's really something beyond the reporters and the pundits' ability to explain it. And I believe the reason is it's not because of my faith. A lot of people think that's what it is. It's not. It's because there are a whole lot of people out there in America that they just want to know that the leader is somebody who's walked in a way that they've had to walk themselves. They want to know that that person, when he sits there at the desk making decisions, he's going to remember that there's some families out there around the dinner table who are really struggling to know how they're going to pay the rent, how they're going to be able to afford to get gas to get to work and back. And they want to know that he's going to be working every day to make sure that they can put their head on the pillow and be safe and secure and not worry to death that either economic or terroristic activities are going to completely upend everything they hope and dream for. So when you're out there pounding those signs or standing out there in those pre-debate rallies in the freezing cold, or Tuesday when you go to the polls and you're waving a sign or letting the air out of tires of Democrats. Look, we're a whatever it takes kind of operation here. Then I hope very strongly that you will give it your very best effort. And I wanted you to know from the depths of my heart, I know Janet, my wife, joins me in telling you this. We are incredibly grateful for everything that you guys have done. Won't be a perfect president, hadn't been a perfect candidate, but I promise this much. I will give you my whole heart to the job, just like you've given me your whole heart for me to get there. And I'm just delighted to be with you. You don't need a lot of speaking tonight. I just want to come around and shake your hand and say thanks, because it means a lot to me. Thank you.